because it is a privilege that most people in regular industries gets. Yes. Do you realize that most teachers actually have bladder issues because when they retire or when they go ahead and leave the profession, because during the day you cannot leave your kids?
Why?
So IP, who's watching the kids?
Each other. We're going on the honor system.
That sounds perfect.
Yeah,
Like, doesn't this sound endearing, everybody? Would you like to work into an industry where you'll be underpaid? You have to deal with other people's little shit for brains all day. And you will probably have bladder issues later in life, leading to you wearing adult diapers. Don't you want to? Don't you too want to be a teacher?
we need teachers.
Sounds wonderful.
Like, if I'm going to have bladder issues, I'm going to need to be compensated for my bladder issues. That's all I'm saying. It's been a while since we talked about National Colon Health Awareness.
It has.
So hey, turn that off.
True.
Hey, Rickster. Hey, Wallablue.
What?
Rickster.
Turn one off.
Good
Go, bud.
old
Libby, go
friend.
turn it off.
Yeah.
But what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of
dude.
Yeah, Tubular. Don't mind me, I'm chopping away on banana chips. Banana chips are really good.
No, they're not.
Yeah?
What do you like? Do you like anything?
Oh, they're not?
This is Bill and Ted's Awesome Adventure here.
I like lots of things.
No, I'm convinced you don't. I'm convinced you hate the world.
I don't like anything you like. I'm just a
Clearly.
contrarian.
Fun, joy. Jesus.
I like beer. Do you like beer? No, I hate beer.
Like none of those things, Ewok. I like
Still
certain.
praying for you, man. Still praying for you.
You like boozy
Don't
grapes?
waste your time. Which is funny because I don't really have a lot of love for like grape juice.
All right, well.
Grape juice, yeah. My dad's a big grape juice fan. Like, you know the ones, like, back in the 90s where you'd get it in the freezer section? Like, the concentrate?
Ooh.
You'd
You know, they
Wow.
still,
put it
you
in
know
the...
what do you mean
Yeah,
back
like
in the
mixing that
90s?
up.
They still make that today. Like, that hasn't gone away.
I have never attempted to buy this for myself. This
I
is
haven't
like what my
either,
dad
because, like,
does.
you used to be able to go, but you used to go buy orange juice in the freezer section, too.
Yeah,
Right?
oh, yeah.
And then you mix it
Sounds
with,
like
two
it
cans
is
of orange.
a KFC. Sounds like it's a KFC endeavor, boys.
Oh,
I think we
You know what to
have
do.
a journey to go on. But we have all the people here. You've heard everybody. You've heard the Drasbor.
how's it going, guys?
You've heard Dr. M. Sheep.
Yep.
And you've heard the Ewok Jr.
Hello, KeyForge community. Glad
You got-
to be here.
We've got tons to go over today. I don't know about tons. Maybe we'll all be upset at the end of it. What are we doing for KFC?
Playing
Partying.
KeyForge.
I'm still shocked no one has brought chicken to KFC. It was like, get it?
Oh, you know what? That's a good
What?
point. I should be looking up fried chicken.
You should be looking at fried chicken joints, yeah. We know they got good
All right,
roast
hold
I'm
on.
beef.
just gonna
Now
do 4 days of fried chicken. Every day,
absolutely,
just
but you hate
chicken.
fried chicken,
Mm.
so you can't eat there.
I like
Nope.
fried chicken.
But I like fried chicken, so you're not
Nope.
allowed to like fried chicken either, so.
Me too. I like fried
Oh well, shit.
Yeah, so
The
you're
mean
on your
girl
own.
guy.
Yes, fried chicken.
But for the people that do pay our bills, W Flavor does have a new energy out. It's Drascor's new favorite, s'mores flavored.
This is my new favorite?
I mean, might as well be.
So,
I want to try it.
But might as well. It is my favorite advertisement for a Dubby.
Yeah, new s'mores flavor, so maybe.
Because I see it, like, I was like, okay, maybe I should actually go to their website. Like, maybe that's the thing we're supposed to do or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, it's so big. It says s'mores flavor mix in milk. We're the only ones to make such a wild flavor. Because I guess s'mores are wild. I don't know.
Well, it's like a savory
I
flavor.
guess it is for
so,
an energy drink.
yeah, I mean, for like,
Yeah.
it's a savory flavor, so you don't see a lot of people making like savory flavors. More
That's
like
true.
fruity
That's
tart
true.
flavors. Well, okay, sweet. Maybe not. Maybe savory is the bad word for it. Like a sweet flavor.
Savory is a bad
Dessert.
A dessert
Yeah.
flavor. There you go. Yes. And then it's normally like.
I thought you said there was a coffee flavored one.
I thought there was coffee flavored ones now.
Well, it says contains coffee fruit extract, which
there's no
I don't
coffee
know.
flavored
Just fancy.
ones. I guess.
Yeah,
I guess that
coffee
was.
Fake
fruit.
marshmallow flavors also on the list of no thanks.
What did you say? Marshmallow flavors?
Yeah.
What about
What you
Well,
were
frog
talking?
flavored sheep.
You were talking, Wookie, about what Sheep likes. Sheep does like his coffee.
He
So
does
that is
love
something
coffee.
that we can count on.
Yep. I like coffee too. So this is an issue for a lot more people than just me.
Guys, did
I've
you realize
I've
there
never
are no
actually
flawed
ever had
ingredients in Dubby? No flawed ingredients.
Not a
Says it
one.
right here.
Yep.
There you
Not
go.
a one. But you can use code
Good
DRAWBETTER
times.
to get 10% off your Dubby can today. Also, make sure you go over to the new not the new Spreadshirt. It's still the same Spreadshirt. Just new stuff's on it. We got all of your Vault 25 needs, which, is kind of almost over. So if you missed out on your Vault Tour 2025 merch, it's over there. But just
Or if you're going to Vegas.
Or if you're going to Vegas, but just released the Kansas the KFC merch has been released. KeyForge Celebration is literally, man, I can't believe this, almost around the corner. We're past Gen Con, which means we're almost to KFC. Crazy.
Oh man, look how happy we are on our Spreadshirt picture.
We are very happy.
Even
Yeah.
Sheep is smiling.
A little
Yeah.
bit. I don't know. I think
Who's that? Who's that guy next to you, Wookie?
Oh, send a good link to everyone following along in our.
I don't
Yeah.
know that guy. I'm not sure who he is.
Come on.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know who he is.
It's a small A.
Small A.
Aww.
He looks.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. He doesn't show teeth when he smiles, huh? Just kind of gives you a smirk.
Oh, he's
So
Very
out of
happy,
the
though.
new KeyForge Celebration shirts, what are you guys most excited for?
I mean, there's a clear winner for me.
For
Okay,
him, there
me
is
too.
a clear winner, yeah. Which
Yeah.
one is it?
Oh. Which, I mean, it's the alien one.
Yeah, the
Oh,
alien.
okay.
The finger of the Archon looking good.
Yeah, which you got to scroll to get to.
Mm-hmm.
You do have to scroll to that.
You
And
do.
that
I don't
one was
know
good.
why, but you do. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not 100% sure why, and it's kind of strange, but I don't know. I'm a big fan of. I went to KeyForge
It wouldn't be because you
Celebration
forgot to upload it, would it be?
No, it's in there.
Because I haven't found it yet. Is
Oh,
it?
hold on. Well, let's go
Yeah,
check.
I just went through all of them. I have not seen that one, my friend.
I was like trying to click through to find it because that is my favorite one, and I definitely don't see it.
Yeah, we definitely know this at the time. But I really I went to KeyForge Celebrations, and all I got was go check
Jeremy.
it out. Hey,
Oh, sorry. I ruined it. My bad. Let's see. Oh, here. Oh, no, we cannot use it. It was rejected. Copyright issues.
Rejected.
Yeah.
Well, we got to change that alien a little bit, I guess. Then,
Rejected.
Can we
Reason
put-
for rejection.
weird.
Copyright.
like a gray man alien is copyright.
Yeah, well, the KFC might
That's
be a
the
little
best one.
The KFC might be a little too close to the actual KFC, but everything else was published, so.
You got all right. You got
What
to get it to change that.
can I change this to? And all I got was a Janet.
Maybe.
There's a request. Okay.
Janet's
You
great.
can't hold Janet. Keep dreaming.
Yeah, she turned you down twice last year, dude. Don't you remember?
No, I don't. And I was the sober one.
You're
in the
pretty
group.
lit.
So, all right.
But there are at least 3 new designs out there. Grab yours today. Gen Con. All right. We all cracked our knuckles to get into this. So if you don't like
Crack,
a lot
crack,
of
crack,
complaining, right, go listen to HFFS. They'll be the sugar-coated ones to tell you all about it on Monday. If you haven't heard CTP talk about games that he is funding but knows nothing about, go listen to HFFS for this past Monday.
Well played.
I-
Well played.
Did anybody else?
So there's some place called. Go ahead.
I was going to say, did anybody get... I can't be the only one that got that feeling, like, the entire time. He's like, yeah, and releasing this game, and, like, every 15 seconds, Jeremy had to, like, step in and be like, no. And then it was like, oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. Haha. It's like, yeah, it's because you're on your boat wearing your banana hammock instead of creating games, and you're leaving it to all the other people, but who am I to judge?
I mean, wait, what? Why did you?
Yeah, that was a little.
Why did I come to what?
No, he's the big picture guy, right? He's like,
Yeah.
I know there's a good side and a bad side, which makes it, and they're asymmetric, so it's kind of like Netrunner, but not like Netrunner.
Whoa,
but then,
we're
like, it
not
comes
even
as
that,
a deck.
we're
But then
not
you
even
don't
that,
have to do it as a deck.
We are not even that far yet, sir. We're not even talking about echoes of bullshit.
But Draz Core is going ahead and listing some of the specifics. So yes, CTP. It's not every 15 seconds that he comes across as missing information, but there were a couple times where he
seconds?
There were a couple times that he did go ahead and provide some information that was corrected. And you know, I appreciate that Jeremy was able to do that. But yes, it does take away from his perspective as kind of the leader and the overall vision. He does shoot from his hip. So that's what I saw, at least, or heard.
I mean, he didn't do any worse than the leader of this podcast.
I was going to say, I didn't think it was that bad.
Yeah, Ewok, get your shit together, would you?
Well, I apparently am your new leader. Hello, friends.
You take over. I'm going to turn off my microphone. I'll see all you fucks later. Bye-bye.
Thank you
You
for
are
your
now
donation.
responsible for all of my mistakes.
Yep.
We will stop recording now and start from our prompted script.
I feel like there should be like that screen that says technical difficulties and there's like elevator music in the background. It just comes back.
Can I put in a vote of no confidence here?
In what?
You can.
In our new leader.
He'll be fine.
This is a dictatorship.
we gotta go back to the old one. All right. Sustain, Chief.
This one's not working out. Can we go back to the other one? Yeah, we're go. But he started.
Got her in the room. Lock him in.
Don't let him out.
So Gen Con, there was a gathering, small gathering, but
how many
GG
were
went ahead and
there?
had some stuff.
Well, there was Sydney.
Yeah.
And then there was like somebody next to Sydney.
They had met someone there, I guess. Like, well, I don't know if met's the right term, but there were other people there. Yeah, there was somebody that was hanging around with Sydney like all weekend that played KeyForge, and then there was Squash. And we're not 100% sure, but we think, who was the other person that we thought was there? We thought we heard their voice.
No, it sounded like, yeah, that was confirmed that it was not.
It was not, okay.
So,
that was Dev.
Yeah.
I think.
So,
right?
Oh yeah, Dev was not there.
No, Dev was not there.
No?
That was also confirmed.
What do I know then?
Yeah, I will say that it was a small gathering of individuals. CTP did go ahead and pretty much lead most
people there.
CTP led the conversation and kind of kicked off that it reminded him of FFG of the old days, where it was in a far off room and it was difficult to be able to find. So that, I guess, with a small company, you could expect a small gathering, but there were some individuals that showed up. We did talk about KeyForge, we did talk about Lord of the Rings, and then he did talk about Echoes of Omen. We did start with KeyForge, so that was nice to be able to see.
I mean, he didn't want anybody in the crowd to like leave before he got started, right? So he had to start there, right?
They locked the doors behind him.
Sure.
Lavanius Twitch was there. Lavinus Twitch?
Lavinus Twitch. There you go.
Huh?
Thank you.
So we started out with KeyForge in this grand endeavor, right? He talked about them being, and Sheep says he's talked about this before. We just all agreed with him because we don't remember. But they are no longer bound to Asmodee. They are allowed to go with other distributing partners, so that has made them happy. So they can distribute through all the normal means of distribution.
And that actually happened in April, so as of August, we're further along.
Yeah, I talked about that after I came back from Games Day.
Yeah, he says he did. I
remember.
We're all just shaking our heads yes and saying, Well, at least somebody remembers.
Now,
I sure don't.
That doesn't
Dexter
actually mean that the distributors are choosing to carry KeyForge.
Correct. That is a thing.
But
I feel like so my local store likes to use Alliance, and
do you have an option?
Yeah,
don't you really have just two options, which is Alliance or Southern? Like those are it, right?
Those are the big ones, right?
ACD and Peachtree are all ACD's bigger, big. They're big. Might be bigger than Southern. There's Peach. There's G something D. And then there's a handful that are more regional that I can't think of at the moment because I don't interact with them.
Wow.
Except at trade shows.
Either way, they're able to sell through them now. Yay, that's
yeah, so your game store's excuse of we can't get it is a lie. All they got to do is ask their distributor, whatever one they're using, and they should be able to get it. Although it's still probably better to go direct because I'm pretty sure OP kits are only through Ghost Galaxy Direct.
Kits?
Well, when they do them.
But yes, going through GG is a more direct route, and I don't know. Our local store has been successful in being able to acquire the summer event from last year and to be able to order KeyForge through GG. So that's nice.
Well, speaking of the summer event, we got it. We heard a little bit about our summer-ish event this year. It'll be happening in 3 weeks. I hope you're all ready. So in typical GG fashion, they told us about our summer event a month before it's actually going to happen. What is it called, JR?
Certain Darkness.
Certain Darkness.
So, yeah, Certain Darkness was actually, there were some images that were put up on our Discord. You could see 4 different cards that were there. It is an event pack that you will buy a sealed KeyForge deck, and it can be any KeyForge deck, and it is going to incorporate then this pod, similar to the Mars event from last year. Different from Mars, we don't know a ton of specifics, but it is something that is going to impact and stick around with your deck, is what we heard.
I wonder if we're going to shuffle in and be bigger than 36 cards.
I wonder if it's a shared
Or
deck.
you think it's an add and not a replace?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's an add too, but I think it's a shared deck.
A shared deck?
Yes.
I mean, what?
Yeah, maybe. Okay.
You and your friend.
I don't know.
Nobody
they will
does.
Provide rules.
Supposedly, so we record on Thursdays, and GG releases on Fridays. So it'll probably be out. We'll probably talk about it next week. I kind of thought it would be a shared deck because the whole idea is those saucer-headed crazy people at Logos they've dug too far. Dug where nobody really knows. I didn't even know they were digging, but you know they've gone too far this time. And now there is the darkness or the void, I guess. Is it the void? Was that an official term used? Yeah, because there's cards that reference the void.
Yeah, the void is maybe a new play zone.
And we know how well new play zones go in KeyForge.
Well, again, there's a lot of speculation in this. We will go ahead and what was explained from the talk is that by the end of next week, which
hold on, he
tomorrow,
didn't want to give away too much, right? We can't give away too much here, and it's going to be a theme. We don't want to give away too much, which means I don't know jack shit in corporate terms.
Yeah, and I will say outside of the language wiki that you are correct in that there were a lack of specifics.
The language part wasn't correct. Is that what you're getting
No, but I'm saying in a lack of specifics, like this is CTP shoots from his hip a lot, and there was just a lack of
There's no shooting
information.
from his hip. He shoots from his asshole, right? He just makes shit up as it goes along, and then he expects everyone around him to fulfill that.
Well, I don't believe that because we actually
close to my hip.
Yeah, I don't believe that because we actually have a product here of KeyForge Event Pack, Certain Darkness, and there's 4 individual cards. So he can't be just shooting that randomly, but there is information when he is talking that it is very off the cuff. Again, what was presented was that we should look for the end of next week, which again is tomorrow after our recording. There should be an article that's coming out. We're looking at ability for stores to sign up right away. There was a little bit of a discrepancy about CTP believed that anyone could sign up for an event, but Jeremy quickly went ahead and fixed that. This again is your store. So your normal reach out from your stores to be able to set up the event, but we are looking at September. So a very, very, very quick turnaround. It kind of reminds me of was it last year or was that 2 years ago with our vault tours just kind of coming out very, very last minute. So I think one of the successes from last year was that the Mars event was actually announced early. There was then the store finder and people could look for it. So I'm a little bummed to see that this is coming out very, very late. People were looking for it in the summer and we're, here in Wisconsin, we're going back in September.
Lasts until sometime in September.
Yeah, I mean, technically by calendar, this is correct, but you have kids that are already back in school in different states. For us in Wisconsin, we're actually very late.
They didn't promise it by the time school was back in session.
But that's summer, ding dong.
But yeah, so just the definition for summer, it's a technical component, but
that's only summer if you have kids. Which
90% of KeyForge players do.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying to argue.
Well, you are arguing well. Good job. My issue, Sheep, is not on what date. I'm glad that we have an event. I look forward to it. I would have liked to have seen some more specifics that were actually announced in this talk. So I'm looking forward to the article.
This Gen Con releasing all your information super piecemeal to a very small group of people that wasn't officially recorded, was recorded by a cell phone. And then all of us are standing here going like, well, what's real and what's not? Like, it's okay to have a talk at Gen Con
owner's mouth.
But then,
what do you mean what's
real?
But
we
should
know
all be real.
You were just going off about how this particular owner's mouth is not a spectacularly accurate source of information.
Well, am I wrong?
No, you're absolutely right. Which means we gotta wait for the news, and it's clear that
we can't
news. Come back from Gen Con and release an article on Monday. You would think they'd be like, okay, we want to.
Well, no, I didn't expect anything
at Gen Con for people to join us, which means we should sit down and have whatever we're going to talk about at Gen Con fleshed out so we can release it to the world afterwards.
Yeah, I didn't.
A lot of the time, it's like auto-released, like the same day the talk happens. Like the talk happens, they'll go home, and then the computer just goes, "Oh, it's 2 p.m. on Saturday. They're done. Boom, push this live." Because that's a feature most websites have. You can choose when the pages go live.
This is true.
Yeah.
Right? But instead, we got Thursday night. So,
Jeremy's been original Jeremy. He's been working all week to update the page with like the things that CTP said, and he's got to be like, "Oh shit, we got to change to this." He's got to ruin the printer, right?
And this is where I'm saying, like, you would think you would have that all laid out before, and not be like, "We are going to come up with our business plan on the fly in a room with 7 listeners."
Sheep. They are a very small team.
They're a very small
and you could
company.
not possibly expect to be. No, but I mean,
like efficient communication, because like there's only 7 of us to talk to.
We're looking
at 12 people. Like, you could still fit the whole team in the conference room.
And who is to know that somebody would record it with a cell phone and maybe hold them accountable to one thing or another? Strange.
Nah, they ain't accountable for nothing.
Well,
so, Wookie, here's my question. Is this the only team that is a gaming group focused? That is a small team.
No.
I believe that you even have a cast on Altered, which also is another small team, but is able to apparently accomplish monumental tasks compared to what our GG small team can do.
Are you kidding me? Yeah. I mean, shit, they figured out a whole system how to reprint cards and send them to you. So you can literally trade your cards digitally online with somebody from wherever. Yeah. France, Germany,
and my goal is
whatever.
Not.
And get it.
My goal is not to go ahead and.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my goal is not to go ahead and distract us into Altered, but this idea that we've been told again and again that GG must. They're a small team, and so they can't accomplish this task. It's really growing very, very old. The short answer is that there's other teams that
they're
can do
a small team. It's that they're a team that's dysfunctional. They don't have the qualifications to deliver the changes and stuff that needs to be done in KeyForge. We know they only have one proxy web guy, and he's the set designer. Nobody else at that company seems to know anything about how computers work. We know Jeremy knows how to play video games.
That's not true. There's an on and an off button. I'm sure a lot of them know how things work.
But like, there are.
Isn't there a Francisco guy?
Yeah, what happened to Francisco?
Tractor? I don't know. Is he a? No, I don't know.
He's there a lot. I saw him when we were at Roseville.
But either way, like a lot of the stuff we ask for and we want isn't necessarily in their wheelhouse. Now,
I'm going to go back
your team to cover those things is a whole nother world. And that's the thing with Altered is they probably have actually hired individuals who can deliver the things they want for their game.
I'm going to go a step further, and I could be booted off.
But isn't that how you're supposed to fucking hire? Aren't you supposed to hire things that... Aren't you supposed to hire people that will further your goals into the game that you are designing?
You also have to pay them enough money that they want to come and do that work. When you pay, okayish, not great wages from what we saw in advertisements and whatnot, like you get
wasn't the OP generator was supposed to be like $50,000 a year?
Yeah, that's not great money.
I mean, it's okay-ish
money,
it's
right?
Okay-ish
but like we talked about, 50K doesn't get you 10 to 15 years of experience and qualifications and this and that. It gets you somebody who's like, I hate my current job. Well, maybe they're paying Jeremy 2 more. We don't actually know.
I was like, didn't this dude senior designer at Fantasy Flight Games?
I mean, he definitely seems
knows
more
what
competent,
that means,
right? Like I don't know. You talk to the guy.
He's like, if I don't say anything, then I'm not accountable for anything.
He's smart. The guy's smart as heck.
I mean, that could be the ticket right there, right? Like, if I don't say anything, you can't hold me accountable.
And then the other thing is, even if you got people who have 10 years of experience in doing stuff, you still have to overcome what we seem to think occurs there, which is they present ideas and CTP spouts random different stuff, and that's what they're going with. And it doesn't really matter.
I'm going to go back to my earlier statement. Unfortunately, I love the team at GG. I really do. I just think that it is not a cohesive group that works well together. I really see it as a dysfunctional family, and that has become more and more apparent, which is very troublesome. I think a small group in a gaming industry can go ahead and make some very, very big strides, but they have to be on the same page and they have to work together. And I just don't see that. From the interactions that I've had, from sending out people to a vault who don't really care about the game to comments that are shared both openly and behind the scene. Like, it scares me that we're doing great for what we have. You have a phenomenal game and an amazing community, but behind the scene, the strings that are being pulled, there's a real question about how it's being led and how it's coming together.
Okay, I'll say yes and no. Have you met this team? The four of us?
Well, like us?
Yes.
Yeah, like us. Like, have you met this?
I have.
We are the most unfunctional team made alive, yet somehow it works on a weekly basis.
Yes, but we also have zero financial stake, or close enough to zero.
True.
It doesn't. It's okay for us to suck.
The short answer is, Wookie, that we are grounded in here because we love this game of KeyForge, and it is phenomenal. The community is great. What we bring to the table is some very different perspectives and different beliefs, and a chance to be able to talk. That being said, we have also proven that we can put an event together and be able to run an event such as KeyForge Live. So there is some background that when you're passionate and you have a goal, it can be done. But for the GG staff, it is a job. And there's a number of people who show up that don't have that same love.
What we ran there was not financially viable in the long run.
Correct.
No, I think we learned that.
We created... We created all of the items, which is the tricky part when you're going ahead and putting an event together.
We spent hundreds of unpaid hours making stuff for that event. Like, that is what happened, which is fine. Like, not saying I regret the decision, but I'm saying you can't expect the company to be able to provide that.
I don't think that's what we're asking for.
But Sheep, the difference is that we're doing it as a second job. And if you look at GG, this is supposed to be their primary job, is working at a game company, and so they have to manage all that.
To go, you know what? After I did 40 hours of work that I had to do, I'm going to spend the next 40 hours of this week doing this shit for nothing. Yeah. Now you're saying, Josh, you got Josh, Jeremy, Michael, all of them, like... You've got 40 hours of regular work, and now you still need to do this 40 hours of extra shit to make these events better.
You're talking about events. I'm just talking about the company as a whole. I honestly am struggling.
Like we always assume that they're doing nothing.
No, I wouldn't argue that they're doing nothing.
Yeah, right? They gotta sort foils into decks.
Yeah, it's like that old-timey guy.
That was foil sorting.
It's like that old-timey guy on TikTok who's like, this is how we printed back in the day.
Yeah. Like, I just listening to CBD talk about what they have to do the foils, I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is a thing we actually really like. And the only reason I think they're probably cursing CTP's name is they're going through deck by deck, swapping card by card. Like, oh, we wish we didn't have to do this. And CTP's like, do it. But we love it. So thanks.
In that manner, I know the cost was listed at $50 for an all foil deck. It would be a great promo activity. It would also, you'd have people who would purchase, even at the high cost of $50, that would go ahead and purchase it.
It's $25 to reprint a deck regular with some accolades that I'm more interested, like 100% truth. I would be way more interested in the accolades if they also pinged onto my player account. Right?
Well, like, I was kind of crazy.
Every accolade I've ever gathered to be in one spot. When you click on sheep, I want you to be impressed with all the little sheep's icons. The way we have it now, it's a disaster. It's like, oh, go look at this deck, and then this deck, and then this deck, and then I hate the way the accolades are done in that regard. I like that they're on the decks that earn them, but I hate that they are not attached to the player. So, like, when I won with Wookie's deck, and it got a little thing for winning a store championship, like, that's not even in my collection. I can't even reprint that deck with that on there because I don't own it. Like, that accolade means nothing to me functionally. Like, I have no meaningful way to interact with that accolade, and that annoys the crap out of me that the player doesn't also earn the accolade. So $25 to reprint accolades. I personally don't care that much about printing on decks. That isn't a big thing for me. It's a big thing for other people. But $50 to foil a deck, if that was the actual price, yeah, I would.
That was actually, he's like, yeah, it'd probably be
definitely
like $50.
consider do that.
I was like, oh, that's
one of those things where Jeremy's back there, or somebody who does the math is like, going, oh my gosh, what did he just do to us? Because
I was like,
and at one point, did he mean $50 cost or $50 sale price? Like, if it costs the company $50 to make it, then they can't sell it to us for $50.
Yeah, because I was like, only $50? Where do I sign up? Right? Like, I was it was cheaper than I thought it'd be.
They also, because right now you said they designed, they did a great job designing the
big
foil,
shout out to Will for
that. Yeah,
they have to
they would have to do that for every card. Yeah,
and put a shine job. I hear
put a shine job. Oh,
that's big. It's a big upfront cost.
Oh, shit. Yep, big upfront cost.
I will say
zone quickly.
I will go ahead and talk that when we're talking about promos and that it can come out for the next game, their new game that we'll talk about in a little bit, Echo of Omens, they can't go ahead and do promos for KeyForge. I really think that this is a very large lie that we're going ahead and living in. And I want to state that anyone who's playing competitive KeyForge, we have to have our decks sleeved. So if you give me a different back that's foiled, are you going to go ahead and see the back? Nope. Would I see the foil? It would just replace the card that's there. And we have to have a deck check. So if we have a deck check, it proves that, Wookie, you had done this. You actually created in here somewhere, which was nice, beautiful extended art that was foiled. How long did that take you, and where did you go ahead and do that through?
How long did it take me? The art itself, it probably took me...
Didn't you have like a whole high school work on that for a project or something?
I had them delete one thing for me because, that took a long time. That only took a whole high school team 3 hours.
Okay.
And then I had to go back and do a stuff. So total project time on that whole thing was probably 4 hours-ish.
Okay.
And the big thing was the border, right?
Ship?
The border was the biggest one. Right, but once I had the border, everything, like if I would have saved that border, I could use that border over and over again. Shipping, I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
So in this case,
from China,
you're now going to get it came from China, but you're going to get a sheet that has the same card, and so you can go ahead and repeat that and then just cut it out. And guess what? That'd be a great promo to send to your stores for different events.
Nah, bro, they did it. They cut it for me. They're just like, here's a big little plastic wrapped, and there was just like 110 of them or something like that.
But what I'm saying is that you could hand those out to stores to be able to give away as prizes that they could fill in. You could go ahead and give those out at the Vault Tour in order for people. And pick a common card, because guess what? They're in many, many different decks, especially if you pick a recent set. The most live set right now, we could pick Prophetic Visions, and you can pick a common, and it's going to show up routinely there. Great, people would like that. I thought that it was a missed opportunity to go ahead and have it at Gen Con. Like, we'll talk about the events, and I think that there were some really big successes with having it not a nationals event, but some smaller events. But hand those out. Here's your Gen Con exclusive, and it just could be a little stamp that's there. And again, I know Sheep and others don't necessarily feel the need for that, but there are people who like to collect everything, and it would have been another reason to attract more individuals out or to be able to try and acquire it on the secondary market.
I think the proof in KeyForge has been they keep making stuff, and the secondary collector market for most of it is minuscule.
It is minuscule because we have a small
No. There, you haven't made anything to collect in Key. There's nothing to collect in KeyForge. It's more bad decks. There's nothing to. What is there to collect?
Yeah. Well.
No. The problem is that you have
foil card is going to change your opinions completely.
But if it's one foil card that I can use in my favorite, but this isn't one foil card.
But it doesn't. It only replaces a card that's already in the deck. It doesn't actually let you change the deck. So you still have to have a deck that you want to play that needs that foil. I'm all for putting them in. I just think it's going to have a little flatter reception. Like, we have asked for several things, and they've made alt print decks. They put the things on. They've made the accolades. They're doing stuff, and all of it is all like, everybody's like, yeah, okay. That's how it is. It's been
because it's continuously. Yes, but everybody has a favorite deck we're in here somewhere is in. Can we agree upon that?
I don't.
You don't?
It's a high probability is what you are saying,
right,
Wookie. And I get that. Any individual common shows up more frequently than an uncommon or a rare. And so you could potentially sub it into many more decks than just getting a random deck that, frankly, most of the time is poor.
I mean, you could for these events that are coming out. Hey, we're releasing foil, blah, blah, blah. Right? And your collection will grow as time continues. And you'll be able, you can go back and be like, and this can be for random OP months, too. We're going back to Coda and releasing Battlefleet in foil. No interest?
I mean, I think I play KeyForge. If that's the prizes, I'll take it.
Yeah. Well,
I will say,
the question that we've always asked for months and months and months, what interests sheep? Because if we can interest we can interest the masses.
Yeah, you're talking to the guy who has consistently said prizing isn't the motivating factor for me. So you are definitely I am the wrong person in regards to this.
But I think you're the perfect person.
And getting I can't.
Because if I can get your butt out of a seat, that means I can get a lot of other people's butts out of seats.
No, my ass shows up for nothing. It doesn't matter what you provide.
If I were providing blowjobs, sheep would show up.
Whoa! This is turning very quickly.
Just saying. If that was the prize,
I'd give it a try once.
What I'm saying.
What interests sheep may not interest others, and unfortunately, KeyForge has a problem that many people are interested in different items. What I will argue is that right now we have a great product in that you have your foreskin deck, you have your battle tested deck, you have all of these different deck outlines, and the idea is great. But the problem is that 99% of these decks are not competitive and have little meaning. That is 100% true, but they have little meaning to the player. So I think that actually going ahead and producing something like Wookiee, where you had an individual card that you could replace just for a more competitive player, is something that might attract a more competitive player. So that might be more appropriate at a Vault Tour. But it doesn't mean that it's going to go ahead and work for everyone. I think that if you want to actually increase the interest in a product, you have to limit the scarcity of it. And right now, all of these decks are one of, which means I either like it or I don't, and I could care less. What you can see is if I only produce 100 of these cards, and then I have them at this Vault Tour, they actually increase in value by only having the 100 there.
Well, they only increase in value if people want them. So sheep is right there. If nobody wants them, and I've only printed 100 of them, that doesn't make them more valuable. I work at a pawn shop. I know all about this stuff.
I can agree with you there, but I'm going to tell you there will be people who will come out who will see. But you again put out market, hey, we have this special.
Be people.
If you go ahead,
well, Sheep, only 50% of marketing works, and it's which 50%. So fucking try one. How about we try one instead of 0?
If we go ahead and actually can increase at a 10% rate of our vault of 60, so you get 6 people, that's a massive increase. I don't even think of even half of that. 5%.
They have 0. They have done that. We have seen 0 things to be able to prove anything they've done is changing numbers. Outside of
taking away the key cost, we have heard from multiple people.
They have no way.
You have no way of quantifying that unless you get out and talk to people.
Right? They have one good bit of data if they listen to Sydney talk about it. Right? Like that's it. Like there's no.
Well, maybe they need to listen to more people than just Sydney.
And
we're just going to complain about it. So
that's right.
We love Sydney, but I will tell you, when you have a small team, you have to have other perspectives, and you have to have opposite perspectives to be able to provide you with feedback to be able to grow, and you can look at it. You're still going to have to make a decision and go on one side or another with your decision that you're going to make. But you should be gathering perspectives that are more in contrast than everyone is saying, yes, CTP, yes, CTP, whatever you want.
I highly doubt Sydney is saying that's a dumb idea to anything she's being told.
Again, I love Sydney. That is not our goal here. I'm just saying that I think GG will be more successful if they have some contrasting perspectives.
But they do.
And some people who are
we
there.
know they hear the stupid shit we say.
Yeah, and we see that it actually comes to light.
Still waiting for that check.
Sometimes, or maybe they discuss it internally, and then they have to do their own evaluation on do we think that spend is going to result in increase? Just because you say I think foils will bring 10% more players, that's nothing. That is a totally invalid data point, right?
Again,
we don't know that.
In looking at that, I'm saying if anything brings in 10%, that's good. But right now, what we do know is
that that something would bring 10%, and you have to go, I think this could, and the cost would be worth it.
Again, you need to actually try something.
But you're trying.
You don't have the marketing in the individual perspective. Correct.
My frustration is that
something
we keep putting ideas are keep floating out there. They just go, and it's just we try nothing.
That's because I think they're more, in my view, where they go I think that spend is going to result in 0% change.
But it could result in, at least retaining the player base you have as well. Because right now you are losing the player base you already have for a multitude of reasons.
It coulds, right? So a decision has to be made, and then the result is the result, and there is 0 ability to A/B test this stuff, right? You can't. They don't have the budget to be well, these 1,000 people over here are going to experience that way, and these 1,000 are going to experience this way, and we see which one strikes better, right? Because there isn't any money for that kind of stuff. The problem is they just have to pick and fire, and clearly their choice is exceptionally conservative. 0 spend.
How much you pick about all
0 gain is a flat number.
I agree with what you said there, Sheep. It is a very conservative focus that they go ahead and put in. But I am telling you, we have data that shows we are losing people. And if we are losing people...
There is nothing that says spending this will stop that from happening. And the thing that you're missing is they can spend the money, right? And they still can't say if it made an impact because there's no way to tell what was going to happen.
No, there is no way to tell, but what we see in the industry is that other companies are investing in local OP. And frankly, right now, without local OP, you can have these major tournaments, which we love. This is our competitive scene. This is our fun. We will travel to, but it is a small, eclectic group that consistently turns out for these events. You have some pocket areas where people from the region go ahead and show up, but for the most part, it is the same individuals. Instead, go ahead and refocus your energy on a local OP system that will go ahead and make a meaningful impact in building your player base, reestablishing the local stores.
You need to change all those to May, because there's no guarantee they deliver
nothing is
series
guaranteed
of events that anybody wants to do anything with.
Nothing is
there's
guaranteed.
There's the whole keychain thing, and it's been a flop for us. I've seen a few other people say it's worked okay.
No way.
I
disagree with you.
No, not the keychain website. The keychains. The little keys they made that
the actual little keychain.
The discovery thing. Oh, yeah.
Which for us at our local, I might be the only person who bothered to engage with the store. So now the store's sitting on a bunch more shit they can never move.
I picked mine up.
Okay,
I picked mine up too.
You have mine.
No, I have yours. I never took another one, but I bought my 4 shitty discovery decks.
And then,
actually,
it's just,
I'm sorry.
Like,
I bought 4 shitty discovery decks. They're now in Pete's possession.
The problem is that the keychain was again attached to Discovery, which was more of a flop for us as established players. But if we look at
it comes back to it, even if they print foils or new decks or whatever, the fact is the other part that we beat on all the time is they are doing zero to put that information in front of players who aren't actively involved in KeyForge right now. The only place to find out about KeyForge is at keyforging.com, which means
and that's a
you're
problem.
Already invested in KeyForge.
It's very insular. You are correct.
Which is why I'm saying there's no point in them doing any of these.
Okay, so even then the people who are out there playing KeyForge right now, how do I know where? Well, I can go on this day and go and play in this event. Still no store map of who carries KeyForge. How are they going to do this? Because
I've never had good luck with any company store map.
Really? Because that's how I found you guys.
And that's how I found Mech Warrior.
That's exactly how I found out where to play.
A crapshoot because we showed up at somebody's house and it wasn't actually an event.
No,
so,
I actually...
Those are all hit or miss too.
Blue Dog showed an event, and that's why I started showing up there. For anything else further, yes, we get more detailed, but it gives you an access point. I'm just saying right now,
and
keychain...
They do the little thing when they do something.
Yeah, but okay, so they did a store locator when they did the Mars event, and I think we could all sit here and agree that the Mars event was probably the most successful KeyForge event we've had post-pandemic.
And we have the next one coming in a week.
Right. So
yeah, and hopefully it will be.
Here's where it grinds my gears.
Except, store championships, the first store championship was okay, then Mars was really big, and then second store championships, we saw a huge decline.
Yeah. Well, because you're back, because the first store championship, no, they're both school time. Never mind.
But again,
So I think we're going to see that same huge decline on this next storyline event, too.
I think so, because of the lack of timing. It's very delayed.
Well,
yes,
because there's only one non-competitive event for KeyForge players, like core, beat each other's face is the only point of showing up to store championship effectively. There is only one event a year. I'm with you. I think more organized play at the store needs to exist. I don't think focusing on the prizing for what that event is the meaningful part.
All right, we can talk about prizing later then.
Experience that people want to come to.
Great, we can talk about prizing later.
Hopefully this thing will be.
Right.
Yeah. So what we will go ahead and say...
Here's the biggest thing that ground my gears, right? And I'm just going to flat out say it, because we're already running long, because every time we have these bitch session powwow echo chambers, the one thing they did talk about was Echo of Omens. They talked about Lord of the Ring confrontation. You're trying to capture lightning in a bottle again, yada, yada, yada. Echo of Omens is their new game. They don't know when their game found is going up. I think it's going up beginning of next year.
Yeah,
maybe end of this year, and they're hoping to have that out by 2020. They're hoping to have their game found product out by 2026, and a full launch of the game by Gen Con next year. And the question was asked about local OP, and again, maybe this was just another CTP BS moment, but he's like, "Oh yeah, we fully plan on having a local OP structure or OP for Echo of Omens." And it's like, that's, for me, was kind of the slap in the face. Just a huge slap in the face. So
but they're coming out with a game, they can't not try to do that.
So
CCG.
But the life cycle place of these games is in such different things. It's the thing with, it's a brand new game.
Yep.
Which means we KeyForge is always going to suffer the same thing that Netrunner actually suffered from, and a lot of these games is like it has already gone through 90% of the player base that's going to show interest in it, right? And then both of those games have killed many players who would have stuck with them by being not supported, deleted, brought back, not supported, deleted, brought back. All the crap that has gone along with all these games. And they both still have groups of people who play them, right? But those groups of people, I don't know, like, have the change in player base percentage and number isn't going to be monstrous, where a new game is going from 0 to a bigger number, and then you expect to lose people, and some people stay. But
but how do you not consider that a slap in the face? We've been asking for this for 4 years. And then for 3 years.
Because KeyForge is a defined quantity.
But we were told twice we're going to do better. And then they don't do better. But how many times do I have to let Daddy beat me before I walk away?
However many times you're willing to be beat because you like the candy Daddy has. Like,
don't lean into this.
Lean into it. Please lean into it.
Like, like, it is not super awesome to be a KeyForge player in regards to the support we get.
Like, I just feel like,
and I have said many times, like, if you're only here because of the prizing and the support, this is not the game for you. You have to be able to deal with the junk because you like the game.
No, well, I deal with the junk because I like the people. I don't deal with the junk because the game is neither height nor hair. But I enjoy the people, so I'm willing to deal with the junk.
I like the people. I also like the game because, like, I mean, and we've done it. We can quit this game whenever we want, but we keep playing this game because there are some of us who actually really like this game, and this is still what we want to play. Like, it's still more fun to play this than the other choices.
Can we really quit the game? I don't.
According to Sheep, yes.
I just can't quit you.
No, like,
I don't know how to quit you, Drascore.
I've done it with other games that I've been this involved in, and then I go, well, the value of the game to what I get out of it is not there anymore, and it's time to move on. It's still not there with this game for me because the cost is so relatively low for the quality of gameplay that I am fine with this game and what it is.
Because I go through cycles.
Because I think Archon and Alliance are awful things these days.
I have been through many cycles.
Which puts me a little bit closer to being like, this isn't a game worth spending more time on. And the amount of time I spend on KeyForge now is lower than what it was a year ago. And I don't see it picking back up because I'm not engaged with Alliance and Archon. And, we're playing through ABR now. And I'm indifferent going into these Archon week after Archon week after Archon week. At least here, they're like making us have multiple sets or going FFG only. But just open Archon, open Alliance stuff, just PV in general versus the rest of the world. I'm not engaged with that at all. I don't.
That's a really interesting statement, though. Your identification from last year to this year has decreased. We won't even go into significant, but has decreased. And so this is where we have a number of players where it has decreased. Because it's always on that moving line of we're increasing or decreasing, where are you? But if it's decreasing, there's people that it's actually just leaving. And so those are the people. Well, but if you're really looking at it, you've been so highly invested that if you're actually going that far down, it's a very interesting slide to be able to look at that. We are losing, and we have seen this. We have seen content creators who've left within the last year. We have seen people who have been highly invested in the competitive scene leave within the last year. And so they're actually saying, at this point, while I've invested in the game, I don't see the value coming from it. And that's where I want GG to recommit and actually put in, whether that's local OP, whether that's some investment of marketing to go ahead and reach out. There has to be something. But at this point, we're a dying baby that's over here. I don't see
develop this game. Like, my problems with this game are not, like, the OP could be better, prizes could be better, but those aren't this game has to have an OP level for me to be involved, right? If this game was tabletop, kitchen table only, I am also done, right? Like, I play this game because of the competitive scene. Happens to be, I think, Sealed's the only one healthy. And yes, that's what's, in my opinion, killing is the development, not the OP scene in that what they're offering. It's how they have developed the game. I didn't have a huge problem with the power creep in WoW and GR. Even Amber Skies is hit or miss, but this game is becoming more and more of that thing I talk about I hate in board games, where when you play into a random deck, right? When you're and this is why I won't play Firefly the board game. Because there's a random deck you draw into, and the negative of the lowest card versus the positive of the good card, it only takes drawing one of the bottom cards to knock you out of that game. Or you see your opponent draw two of the good cards in a row, and the game's already over. It's that fast. The cards are that impactful when the spread between the bottom and the top is that high. And that's how the new sets are developed. The middle of the road stuff is meaningless. It's fine. It's good for general sealed play. But the top of the line stuff is so much higher than it's ever been that it just makes it garbage. Where when the spread has just become unreasonable when you don't have a very strong limited access.
Yeah, it is taking out the strategy that a lot of people flock to for this game to be able to think through and to be able to play. One of the charms of this game was I had to play with all 36 cards. And right now, there are literally some 10-point cards that are carrying individual houses where the rest of the cards are
and then you've got
not valuable.
Prophecies, so you don't actually have to play with the bad cards. You just get to pitch them under a pointless prophecy.
Which is why I was saying that
we can play a whole house with it. Which I like that part. I like unlimited type pips. But it's not the unlimited type pips that... I think that's part of what makes PV super strong, but it's how exceptionally game warping a few cards are that makes it a different monster.
Yes. I agree.
Drascore's been quiet.
Yeah. I mean, like Trank bothers me because they didn't pay enough attention, right?
So for the competitive scene, can we not just go ahead and
even coming into the competitive scene, and I think we're going to see the double and triple cover fire decks. You're just going to get so sick of playing.
We shall see. I still love Sealed. Seal, I agree. I mean, Sealed's always been my favorite. Still my favorite.
I still enjoy Sealed, even though it happens in Sealed where your opponent gets really good shadows and you don't, and you just cry a little bit as they whomper stomp you.
That happened in Coda too, right? You know,
absolutely.
So, yeah. But yeah,
three deck, pick one.
Yep. That's where it should be.
I know
where we're gonna be. If you gave me the option of 2 different sealed types, and if I play again, we talked about this in nauseum how many times. If you gave me the option to play sealed 2 days in a row, I'd take it.
I'm in. Yep. I'll give you more money.
I will. I will give you more money. GG. I will give you more money. I will pay the $100 for the original 3, and then I will buy my own 3. I will pay you more money to do another sealed event. We can call it Legacy Sealed.
I hear what you're saying, Wookie, and I do agree that sealed is the sweet spot for this game. There is no question about it.
That's where this game has always been dominant, right? This game has always been really good in sealed, right?
Yes.
It has. And does it dominate because I got some of the good cards and you didn't? Yeah, that's going to happen, right? And that's a bummer.
Oh, that's why you're playing sealed. Your luck can
your luck can play an impact, right?
I will say better, right? I brought the idea up at Tuesday again. 4 worlds. I'd like to see 1 world champion, and each day is played for the single event, just like you're seeing in Europe for their vault. So here, 1 day is for sealed, 1 day is for Archon, 1 day is for Alliance. Tally up those 3 totals for your overall victory. You want to go ahead and crown, here's your sealed champion? Great, do it. You want to crown each of the individual sealed, Archon, and Alliance? Go for it. But I definitely would love to see more of that Vault Warrior. And again, old previous component, but really test who has that skill for KeyForge. It also brings people in. We are too small of a community to go ahead and disperse and say we're playing all of these events, like 2 of the events on the same day. But yes, if we have sealed, you're going to have people coming out. But I think that top level spike type player, you're going to see people really interested in being able to compete. And you'll have more people playing Alliance if you go ahead and have it so that it carries points. What can you do?
I mean, the more I thought about this, I did do some thinking about this. The more I thought about it, the more I was like, you know what? That's a terrible idea.
Huh. Yeah.
And the reason, I'm gonna give you my reasoning, right? And this is based, and the first person I went to was Sheep, because I was like, if they forced him to play Alliance, Archon, and Sealed, and he's all had value in the day that he has, that might cause him to quit the game.
No,
he's played each of those events.
2 events last year. I played all 3.
No, I know, but if they said like, "Oh, you have to do this for the world champion,"
you have to be invested in Alliance too.
You're never forced to. You're never forced to go ahead and play in the event.
But then you're not going to win.
You're going to correct. You're going to score.
Then there's no
0.
point in playing in all the other events. Then
sure, we're crowning our Sealed and our Archon and our Alliance champions.
I'm with Wookie on this. I don't like being.
So, but then again, are you saying like
I'm still on the vote of get freaking rid of Alliance?
Well, yeah, that's that. Alliance
I hear that, but that was again brought up that it's not going to be going away.
Yeah, I just play it because I've already done the Archon thing, and Sydney's nice enough to provide me with fun things to play.
I think it's incredibly difficult to get rid of it at this point. Like, would you just be like, well, this is it for Alliance. We're not going to do it anymore.
I mean, that would be a guaranteed way to cut 10% of the player base.
Would it, though?
I mean, that would... Oh, yeah.
Think so?
At least 10%.
You already have people who have won their
another
vault.
promise of value of decks being taken away. It would hurt this game tremendously now. Because there are a lot of people who have acquired, even if they don't play Alliance actively, they have acquired or kept things because of Alliance value. And to take that away is just another, like, proof that they don't care about the players at all.
It's a GG decision.
Well, but is it proof that they don't care about the
even
players
though it wouldn't
at all?
hurt me?
Care about what? The 11 players that actually play Alliance?
But there's more than 11.
27?
Like, lots of people still acquire Alliance decks even though they never play Alliance. Because they might run Alliance at their locals or they play it online. Like, they have forced it to earn its spot. It's small. It's not one that anybody here actively engages with the building portion of it. But we've all played it. We play it now because there are people who that's the only way they want to play KeyForge. And as long as they're not making us do the overhead work, we're willing to do it.
All right, boys.
It's fine.
I stepped out to get another beverage here. Did we talk that Echo of Omen going ahead and marketing? That they plan on marketing Echo of Omens?
Yeah,
I mean they.
Great, because that's something that's not here for KeyForge. Anyway, did we talk about that KeyForge?
Because when they talk about, like, oh, we're gonna market Echo of Omens, I wonder if they mean like it's the same way they market KeyForge. We're gonna let GameFound do it and kind of see what happens.
So my true feeling regarding Echoes of Omen is, one, I have no interest, but two, I really don't know if I would put my money behind another Ghost Galaxy project right now. Right? I mean, like, a one-off thing that interested me? Maybe. But, like, to be like, I want to invest in their next endeavor, they certainly have not proven in a way to me that they're going to drive a game to success. I mean, is it gonna putter around? Sure. If the game is awesome, will it have a crowd and people will play it? Yeah. If the game is mediocre, like the current popular games are, do I think they have the ability to push the other stuff behind it to make it a success? Like, they have to have an amazing gameplay game.
Sheep, you made me think about this. This is going to the three of you boys. Would you rather have FFG leading KeyForge or GG? I will let whoever wants to step up first.
It's the same
where
folks.
We are. No, hold on. Where we are right now, today, 2025,
yes.
FFG.
Yes, and where FFG was when we left off, because we were recording at that point.
No, because if we were run by FFG, whatever. If we were run by what is left of FFG, Asmodee, whatever card game, we would be 100% discontinued. There would be no KeyForge.
Well, let's just say they got the.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Well,
they would have never come back from the hiatus.
Right. But let's just say they did it and it magically came back and a guy was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Let's just say it happens, right? And they got all their stuff back and they didn't have anything to worry about and they were just able. Let's just say the grand heist never happens, right?
And it's still an FFG game. I think we're past the life cycle of any FFG game.
And FFG had real issues there and the communication. So, I mean, GG communication was very good early on. It has just really suffered as we have continued to progress through this game.
I think we're blessed in having GG, who doesn't require the game to have
the player.
I don't think. Well, I don't think their requirements to print and consider the game worth doing is at the same level as an FFG Asmodee monster because they're privately owned still, right? So it can, it's good that it's in the hands of a company that can accept the profit margins that go along with having a niche game. Because once it goes niche at FFG, it goes in the ditch.
Yep.
Draz, Wookie?
I said FFG.
I mean, because FFG in the era of Asmodee ownership, right? They're really just a shop for IP and for Arkham Horror, which is an IP. So the only way it would survive is if they thought KeyForge as an IP was powerful enough, which it really isn't at this point, right? So I don't know. I mean, you're asking the choice between two not so great options, right?
Yeah.
This is the choice that we have, but again, that's why I'm curious.
That's why it's called Smash or Pass. Oh, wait, no. This is either or. Sorry. I don't know. I think FFG would do a better job. It's a bigger company. They'd be able to get it out more. Again, this is magical fairyland where we never lost the original algorithm, right?
Well, then it would never got sold, and it's a whole different world we're living in.
Right, but that's
not the world we live in.
I'm looking at what they're doing with Universe, SWU, and I'm like, man, I wish GG would do any of that for us, other than certain members of the community. Man, I wish GG would do that for us, except for certain members of the... Man, I wish GG would do that for us. We already know
you guys want
black sheep.
Everything, but you just like... And maybe I'm on the wrong end, and I assume the cost to do everything are too high, and you guys assume the cost to do things are so low they should just be doing them.
$5. That's too much. I'm not spending that.
I don't know what the answer is. I don't know where the real answer in between is. But I think
the real answer is you have
because the cost to do it on the level they have to do it on. Because if they presented the foil cards that you made, we would dogpile on them like nobody's business. Right? The foil cards you made are cool, and I like them fine, but you can tell they're made on the cheap.
Yeah.
Right? Or on the affordable with minimal investment. And if they provided that, no, like people would
I thought his foil cards were fine. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I mean, you're correct. I mean, it was the people that I could find
I think
that actually
they're absolutely
made cards.
Great for what you did. Like, I'm not trying to piss on your effort.
No, I'm just saying, like, I don't have the technology they have. Right? I don't have these massive, nice... if I had the technology they had, I could have done a much better job. I could have. But, I got to rely on a third-party company. When I sent those off, I didn't know what they were going to come back looking like. I wasn't... When I got them, I wasn't 100% thrilled with them. I'm like, oh, they're too dark. I should have gone with this coating layer or that coating layer instead of just
that's
a standard.
One of those things you learn by print run testing.
You learn by trial and error, right? But they have the ability to do this, right? And their foils are great.
It's not free or zero cost, right?
You are correct. It is not free or zero cost. But I would rather see minimal effort than no effort. And right now, with what I see, I am seeing no effort.
This is shit minimal effort.
Yeah, I think...
What effort? What effort?
I think
because we're getting a summer event?
Something does happen.
Correct, but this is where the breakdown's actually happening, Sheep, is that there is a lot of work that is being done behind the scenes. There always is that people are unaware of. The problem is when you don't make people aware of what's actually being done, people think the worst and they think that nothing is being done. And that's what we're seeing. If you look around for marketing of, hey, we're going ahead and holding our world's championship on this date in this location. Hey, we're televising. Here we're having streamers. Hey, we're having a vault tour in this location. You can follow along. There is nothing on any major gaming system setup that we are aware of. So unless you're going through keyforging.com, unless you're part of our Discord group and any of these small groups, you don't know that this is happening.
But we run into the same problem we've talked about over and over again. Where the hell do you where do I put this? So let's say I go through that and I want to do this grand marketing campaign and I want to get it out that KeyForge celebration is going to be held November 9th through the 13th or whatever the dates are. I don't remember the dates off the top of my head. Where do I go with that information so that people who might be interested in an event would see it?
Fantastic. Yes. We've had our suggestions. Right. The biggest one we think is Board Game Geek. Would it work?
Pornhub would be great. I think Pornhub would work great.
You can't imagine that the cost to advertise on Board Game Geek would be very high. But these are numbers I also don't know.
Yeah, I do wonder if they should try to pick one of the board game conventions that and go hard there, really try to be like, hey, we're gonna teach people to play, we're gonna do all spend this is the card game for board gamers, right?
Send 2 people down there with a bunch of decks.
Not Jeremy 2. Do not send Jeremy 2.
You want someone like Sydney who is high enthusiasm.
If you dress Jeremy 2 up in a cool KeyForge outfit, he is tall enough to be seen. You just have to use him for the skills he's got.
You got to accentuate his...
I mean, he'll do
it. You dress him up as Narp, and just let him Narp around.
Just let him Narp around.
Can't believe you made me be Narp.
Narp. You're not a Pokemon. Oh, didn't know.
It is an interesting question, Draz. I will say the other item that I had on here was the idea that GG at this point cannot back out of a KeyForge Game Found campaign, but they're only going to have one Game Found campaign for Echo of Omens.
This is another GG promise, which is we want to do Game Found Founder, and then we trust that it's going to sell enough in stores that we don't need to do another Game Found.
Which may or may
reality may be different.
I hear what you're saying. Unfortunately, what I see for marketing is that it's just coming from GameFound. So GameFound seems to be doing the marketing for GG, and it has to be something more. Draz, I like your idea.
They don't even have the game finished yet, so I mean,
no. But I'm saying
for early to market it.
No, I'm saying for KeyForge. So if we're looking at it again, this is all KeyForge. No,
KeyForge is they have zero effort outside of discovery kits to bring in new players. And even discovery kits was like, well, here's something that if somehow you have new players, you got something to play with them. But again, it was I hope the stores do something with this.
I think
and I never did and I do an event every month, but I don't know. We're trying to figure out how to run a discovery event.
We had a thing by the KeyForge decks. It was definitely on their website.
Discovery as a seasoned KeyForge player is painful to play.
It was not amazing.
It was painful. They are very for a new.
I was looking at Board Game Geek the other day at a thread where some players, some Board Game Geek folks were complaining about PV, and a couple people were like, "Discovery is great." I was like, "Well,
yeah,
maybe they should bring Discovery to."
If you have never played any other KeyForge and you are new, Discovery is great. right? It is a very good starting off point. But like once you get into all the others, it's kind of like oofta.
If we had 2 or 3 people show up and be like, "Hey, we want to learn about KeyForge. We're interested. This Discovery thing." We would all just buy Discovery and play with them, right?
Yeah, probably.
We would all absolutely do that if people showed up. But the only thing that has worked for us is that we are on our store's calendar, and it has shown up now for over a year, and we keep showing up. So people who are like, they're like, oh, well, maybe I'll catch it. And at some point that they actually have time, the fact that we're still there, they go, oh, I can actually show up and give it a try. And that's the only thing it's people are like, yeah, I'm interested, but they're not looking to play KeyForge Lifestyle like we do, but they're interested in it here and there. And the fact that we're consistent, which means they can just kind of show up on any Wednesday that's free for them, Tuesday in our case, they can do that. And I think that's the only thing that's working for us, is that we have proven that we are a known quantity. Like if you want to show up on a Tuesday and play KeyForge, and we've had like 2 players and a couple people have shown up once or twice, like, and then even when they showed up, they're kind of like, well, I just can't show up regularly, but I like KeyForge. We're like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, well, we'll be here to play KeyForge with you whenever you want. On Tuesdays.
KeyForge.
And that's like...
For life.
I think that this is what Echo of Omens is going to really struggle with as well. There are just so many new games, from board games to CCGs to TCGs. But there are games that are literally vying for your time, and the new hotness. I mean, even within the Gundam that we just saw within the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I saw somebody post on Facebook like, our first Gundam event. There are 100 people at local plays, and I was like, Jesus.
But it is everything is vying for your time, and the new hotness is what grabs your attention. GG definitely has to try and win over stores and to be able to pull people in. Doing nothing is not going to go ahead and help.
I'm just having such a hard time wrapping my brain around what Echo of Omen even is. Like,
it's a asymmetrical fantasy card game.
Yep.
That's competitive.
Yep.
Like, what was Flesh and Blood? It's a face masher that's got some dudes, and you mash each other in the face. Like, it's just another game you can play. Maybe it works for you.
But, like, I'm so confused on deck construction. It's like, well, you buy these starter decks, okay, and then you buy packs, and you can rearrange those, and it's like, oh, okay, but you got to start here, and it's like, oh, okay. Like, it's so weird and confusing. And like
it was weird. Well, they're creating synergy, Wookie, right? Synergy with the system they have.
They're giving me whatchamacallit? What are they giving me? They're giving me
how is it?
Yeah, why is this difficult?
It's
you're buying a starter, you're picking the 2 sides, so you have to form for both, and you're going to sub out cards for it. It's a standard deck builder.
But like, so it's just a standard. So it's just like any other CCG.
Well, no.
So why is he making
it just like any other CCG? Because it is more like Kickstart, Fresh Start, Magic Start. What the hell is that called?
I don't know.
The Magic one where like it was a playable deck.
Kickstarter. Yeah, so you bought 2 packs and that was your deck. Kickstarter.
It is more in line with that, where it's like, if you want to just open one deck and play it, this is going to be guaranteed to be functional.
Yes.
Right?
Maybe.
Now, again, this is KeyForge or any game that's that way. The quality of functional is, or the definition of functional is,
Jumpstart is what our
Jumpstart. You're right. Jumpstart. Yep.
Right, and because their packs are also going to be 36 and 42 cards or whatever. So it's just like their packs are guaranteed to be a level of playability as is. So it's like buying the 60 card Magic starters, but even more, probably more rules in how it assigns what's into the deck to guarantee some level of playability.
And then what? I gotta buy other starter decks to then get more cards, or I gotta buy other decks to get more cards to rearrange with the cards I already have?
It's still a random. The understanding we have, it's a collectible card game where you buy packs and then you can use the cards to build a deck in, standard deck builder fashion. They have not commented on rarities or unikies or any, we don't know that much. And then we've already spent too much time talking about it, so let's move on.
Yeah, I mean, I was still going back the whole idea that GG can't back out of KeyForge GameFound campaign. Why? If we don't have to go ahead
because it'll fall over.
If we don't have to use Asmodee distribution, and you can buy from Game Center and GG directly, why?
So it's
because they need that new printer to print Echo of Omen.
This is another impossible question to answer. So your postulation is quit doing Kickstarter, GameFound, and just trust on all your players being able to get a store to buy what they want through distribution. Right?
No. They specifically said that they will continue to use GameFound for KeyForge. And again, when we went through the reboot for WoW, it was, hey, we're going to do this once. We already took a massive hit by people saying, hey, we're not doing this. So why do we keep digging into it?
Because they looked at their numbers and said, there is not a stuff moving through the stores for us to not.
Did they ever think that there's not enough stuff moving through the stores because everybody's buying it through the GameFound? How many of our people come every week with a pack that they brought from home and not? I mean, Mr. Perfect every week just comes with a pack he brought from home. Doesn't buy it from the store.
You can't take our store and it's one player as the truth of the community. And the thing that and I'm agreeing, but you don't know that. If you pull the Kickstarter and say, you can only get this through distribution, go to your store and get this, right? Does the $100,000 of Kickstarter decks that are sold become only $20,000 of those decks get sold because the other $100,000 didn't bother to go find it through another source? Because Kickstarter's easy. They wanted whatever bonus, and now that doesn't exist, and they're only playing it at their kitchen table, so they've never gone to a store to play this game anyways.
Yes.
If
that's the truth.
GG makes more per deck off of
that's probably true. Should be true.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So this is a question that we would hope that the people who are buying it would go, oh, I'll just go get it to the store. But that's not true. If you add 1 inch of extra effort for some people, they are out.
Yes.
So that's why.
And to be fair, they said this
Kickstarter.
Before. Right, and to be fair, I mean, they've said that, we're only going to do this GameFound one time until it's oh shit, we made a lot of money. Maybe we'll just do it this 2 times.
I think it's because they made a lot of money. I think it's because they went, oh shit, there's not enough of this stuff moving through the stores to not have this.
Well, I mean, they're making enough to continue doing it, but I mean, when you keep selling it direct to people, why would you buy it from the store? And this is the thing we've talked about on the show too. Every game company, including Asmodee, wants to sell direct. If they could cut out game stores and make all their money selling direct, they would do that.
Well, I'm not voicing that they should go direct. I think that they had some issues with Asmodee in being able to have for distribution. They're now out of that contract. But yes, I think that they're too far gone. But we also have
plenty of stories here and with our own stores that we experience where there are stores who will not carry KeyForge again because they got burned the first time around.
Yes.
There is the poisoned well that is KeyForge for some players and some stores is too high that it does not matter what GG does unless it somehow blows up like Pokemon, because there were stores who totally quit carrying Pokemon because it also did this to them. At one point, Pokemon was poison. You couldn't sell it, and now it's back to being crazy hot.
Back in the Wizards of the Coast days, yeah.
If they somehow got KeyForge to be that kind of hot again, those stores could get over it, but that's not realistic.
I will tell you that I went into Barrister, our other local store, who used to house events, and they're
they
like,
won't touch it, will they?
They're like, because there was someone who was showing the
Don't
new
they
cookie run.
still have AOA?
they have AOA and WoW that were there. That is it. The AOA they were selling for $7. That was discounted on their discount rack. And the WoW, I want to say, was for $13 on their discounted rack.
Wow. I mean, that's a whole story of that store and their mentality about things.
And that I am 100% in agreement. But I thought it was very, very interesting. And they're like, well, I talked. I said, we used to have our game group, and then you shut the store down. They're like, well, we have the store that's now back over in Greenfield again. I'm like, but we already have a committed group that's been sitting with your competitor for years.
Yeah,
like that idea is a real problem. But you have some stores that, again, they're still sitting on it at full or very like.
If I was only interested in playing board games, I would still be a tolerable customer of Barrister. But after experiencing,
and that I wasn't trying to get off on that.
In the card game world, I don't think I'll ever go to that store again in my life. They were, I mean, like, back when it was small, he was super friendly with you and running MechWarrior. Like, that was fine for us. But when it got to multiple stores, that place changed a lot.
Yeah. Gen Con, we did have some events, boys, and I think that was a success. They were running Seal PV. They ran a big Crucible Clash, and they had lots of demo where there was actually some really good feedback regarding Discovery. So those are all big takeaways. Go ahead.
Do we know how well attended the mini tournaments were?
I have heard nothing. I know Sydney signed up for the one and then didn't go, so we didn't get numbers to her.
I did. I'm not going to be able to find that quick enough. I had it.
It sounded like they did well.
Okay, that's cool.
Or at least okay. Do they have more than 20 players?
Maybe.
Because if they had more than 20 players, that's better than Nationals, right? Or
Hey, you guys want to switch to a Cookie Run podcast?
I do have the sleeves.
I know. This game, I don't know how, but this game is following me. It must be the sleeves. Because it just... everywhere I go, it's just hey, have you played Cookie Run? And I'm like, what the... I didn't even know this game existed until
there is how advertising works.
Old Guard Game, which is a game store that had contacted me about getting in contact with FFG, GG, because they had wanted to run a Vault tour there.
I had mentioned that to Josh that they were big enough for a Vault tour.
Yeah, the problem is they're too close.
Yep, the answer was no. They're too close.
So,
I don't think Milwaukee's the right choice anyways.
But they are running Cookie Run and Gundam.
They run the big network. They Josh knows about that place because they run the big Netrunner stuff there.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, it's called Old Guard Games, man.
Yeah. And?
It's the Old Guard. They like all that stuff.
I had never heard of this place before they had contacted me. I didn't even know they were a store in Milwaukee.
Well, then their advertising must not have been very good because I knew about them.
I've never heard of them before until.
But they're a TCG shop, so they weren't going to do.
They are actually they're more of a miniature shop. But that's like Battle Brothers, right? Because Battle Brothers used to be only miniatures, and now they're a little bit of everything.
And then they're like, we need to actually sell something.
We need to make some money, so.
Okay, what else we got to talk about?
What
was the next on your unhappy list, Ewok?
No, I finished with the positive. I thought that GG did a really nice job being able to go ahead and use Discovery to grab some attention. I hope that they build on it. But I like that idea. I felt that CC, I can't find our numbers right now, but they were holding sealed events for PV. They were going ahead and ran the Crucible Clash event, and they had demos going, and those seem to be drawing in people who didn't all know about KeyForge again. So we don't have just the same people coming in. I appreciate that.
The truth here, though, with Echoes is for KeyForge, if Echoes does good, that will be a significant boon for KeyForge.
Oh, 100%. But
if all of those stars, if a bunch of stores want Echoes and they start signing up for GG accounts because they want to get Echo stuff, then they're automatically signed into the KeyForge stuff, and their whole we didn't want to really deal with KeyForge. We know we had a couple players, and it's like, oh, I'm already ordering $10,000 of Echoes, so ordering $1,000 of KeyForge because we have some stuff, and then GG gets to play the cross promotion thing where they're like, hey, order this and get some KeyForge you can't sell for cheap or free. They can do that kind of cross promotional stuff, but they need that access into the store that isn't the already slightly poisoned well that is KeyForge for some stores.
I hear you.
If Omens flops, it's probably bad for us, right? Because then they've lost money again.
Yeah, that's if Omens flops, but
that is a higher probability with the amount of games coming out right now, and with their
flop is
high probability. That's where most games are coming.
I mean, there's
they
Flash
just aren't being successful.
Right.
Yeah, if the game does Flesh and Blood good or Altered good or Lorcana good, that would be huge success.
Yeah,
even if it does One Piece good, right?
I mean, any level of good would be good for us, right?
What killed KeyForge is its own excessive success immediately, and them not being prepared for that level of success. Right? That hurt KeyForge a lot in its first.
And then they overcompensated by massively overpaying AOA, right?
And stores overcompensated by over-ordering AOA.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, that's true.
Both these things happened, and then the game, because product wasn't there, and the zeitgeist of the game got lost a lot quicker due to the distribution issues, I think. Because even OP at stores didn't hardly exist because it was there's nothing to buy. So
yeah,
I don't see that being a problem with Ghost Galaxy because they print in-house, so their ability to, as long as they buy enough packaging, their ability to print to demand should be better than it ever was with FFG. The other end of that, though, is GG still with that printer, and if they're going to print all the cards in-house, could actually hit a limiting factor where the game is more successful than their printer can support. And you can't, it's...
Which would be bad for KeyForge.
We're right, because we wouldn't get printed
if they are printing to the level that it could not support. We don't need KeyForge anymore because this is doing
right.
It.
Well, but that could hurt that game tremendously because their ability to, and maybe they're doing better business planning than they were before, and they already have backup contract printing considered, because if they all of a sudden can't print, if they couldn't keep up with the print in-house, that would kill that game too, right? Where if it's everybody wants it and only a little bit is getting released because that's all that's actually, that's all there can be printed.
I'm going to stick with humans are creatures of habit, and we see that GG is a very conservative group. They have not gone out on their own to market. They've left it to GameFound, so it's a very insular group. Some people will see it, but with the amount of games coming out on GameFound and Kickstarter, and frankly, just the amount of board games that are in competition, let alone CCGs, TCGs, all of that, I just see that it's going to fall flat. And that is from the information that I can see from GG, which is sad.
I don't know. I'm definitely the wrong person to make that judgment call because I am not interested in the game in the slightest anyways.
We will see soon enough.
I know there is nothing that they said there that has made me want to consider looking at the game. Right? But I'm not the core target audience anyways.
I mean, it's a CCG, right? That's not really where I'm at. So
yes. So for JR, it's got to be I mean, it seems like you like to look at the games that have the IPs or the themes you like. Generic fantasy not being one for you in general. And then a Wookiee will look at any card game.
This is true.
Doesn't mean you'll play it, but you'll look at any card game.
I will.
I'm typically more into board games. Even right here, what's in front of me right now is Stonemeyer's Vantage. I enjoy many different games. It is sitting right here trying to wait. I don't consider solo kind of just play through. It looks phenomenal. Very different perspective. So you gain someone's interest and excitement by having a new product. GG does well with that, but you got to be able to follow through and not just have your name carry what the game is. You can get someone in. You got to be able to pull them past that point.
Yep. It'll be interesting to see what they do with that. Because I mean, my theory now on KeyForge is the cost to benefit ratio is too low for them to whoever makes the decision to do those investments. And it'll be interesting to see how fast that calculation kills Echo of Omen stuff happening. But that game isn't coming from the pre-poisoned FFG well, so they're working with completely different math there. So it'll be
I mean the short answer is that CTP and GG went ahead and caught that knife. And yes, we've gotten skinned a bit. However, we're still here. You have a very good core group that has been able to produce larger events, a world championship, which FFG was not able to do, and they have a summer event. So there's some things that we can build on, but why go ahead and poison? I mean, I get we have to have other games, but
I see. This is like from some very basic metrics, it would seem that what they have done with KeyForge is fine. Like it's still moving however X amount of product with this amount investment. Why spend for low return when they're expecting that same amount of spend on Echoes is going to give them more return?
Certainly has more upside, right?
There's more. There is the ceiling over there is higher.
Yep.
I can agree with that, Brandon.
The floor is also lower. Right?
Yeah,
but
true. Yeah.
I mean, and that's the thing with KeyForge. It's like we safely spend this amount of money and we safely get this amount back. That's pretty good. And they're like, yes, we could spend this amount and we could increase this by an unknown number. The few things that we have tried haven't worked. So they, it makes them
hesitate to
do lots of try lots of other things when they have a different basket to put their eggs in.
Well, the next year will be very interesting and telling. I will say that.
Yes.
That's every year.
So check out our new Echoes and Omens podcast. Altered Omens.
Did Z talk into that one also?
Altered Omens of Candy Run?
Altered Omens of Candy
If you
Run.
would like, the rules here are if you would like to talk about Echoes of Cheeseburgers or whatever the hell that is, there are some altered channels lower down here. Use them.
Did you really make channels for them?
No, you already have altered channels. You can talk about Echoes of Omen there because I have them all muted.
Yeah.
And we know it's all about Sheep, whatever he wants.
Whatever Sheep wants, Sheep gets.
I'm not telling you can't talk about it. I'm just saying do it in a place where people who are open to bad ideas.
Do it in a place where you aren't. Got it. Thanks, Sheep.
Yes. Please.
Got it.
Or be prepared for me to talk shit. So that'll probably just bring people here.
Right. People like when you talk shit, so I don't really understand how you figure, like, maybe just ignore it and don't go into those channels. Never mind. That was a dumb thing to say. You're definitely going to go into those channels and talk shit anyway, so. But that's going to do it for us this week. I don't think we really had much else to talk about. Go to your local game store, play an event, play KeyForge, play Sealed.
Enjoy the people you're with.
Everything else really ain't worth it. I mean, play KeyForge.
I don't know.
If you can find a friend and you guys can agree on power level or expectations,
mine's definitely
playing with the existing KeyForge decks is fine. You could even make the game less fun by playing it with adaptive. That's a choice you can make.
We don't use that A word over here. Okay.
People use that word all the time.
No.
Like adaptive.
Those are very sloppy people. We're not.
I mean, so to be fair, I think Quick Draw was correct that there were more games of adaptive played at Baltimore than Alliance. So
I didn't see anybody playing adaptive at Baltimore.
That's a very low bar, but sure. Okay. Yes.
The bar is where.
Yes.
You want to know how many games of adaptive were played in Roseville?
Well, there wasn't many games played in Roseville at all.
Yeah.
So.
0.
There were more other games played than KeyForge.
Yes, but there is 0 adaptive games, which is the more important number.
There were also 0 Shredder games, so
we kind of failed on Shredder this year. We have not given it the respect.
You know why that is? Because we can't even be bothered to keep bad decks to shred them. We get rid of them. Even before we've scanned them these days, we're trying to get rid of them. Like we don't keep shredder.
Yeah, because I don't want to look at my 91 SAS PV deck. That definitely is not a 91 SAS PV deck. Because I'm tired of SAS. SAS in general is just fucked lately. Like I don't know what's going on with it, but they need to fix
PV.
it.
I mean, this set in particular is
this set, the last set, the set before it. Like SAS just does not.
They were better.
Going on.
Well, they were better.
This has been since WoW. SAS just does not know. Well, actually, it was a lot better on WoW. WoW wasn't too bad.
But was fine. GR was pretty fine.
GR was meh. It had its flaws, but
every set's always had its flaws.
Yeah.
PV is currently PV and Amber Skies are 2 of that seem bad, and Amber Sky still doesn't seem like it catches house icons correctly. And then PV.
It's like a random number generator, basically.
Yeah, like there are cards that are like valued at 6 or 7 in PV where the equivalent card from a previous set was at 2, and you're like, why? I don't understand it. I don't know. We can't. But we're not here to fix SAS.
We're not here to fix SAS. That's why we have the Draz score. And one day that might be up and running.
Yeah, I gotta look at that again.
Don't hold your breath. But speaking of Draz score, we might be scoring some cards next week. So tune in next week.
You need to work 40 free hours this week for this.
We'll find you an intern. If we found you an intern, could you?
Drazcore is the new intern.
Oh, Drazcore is our intern.
I get. Where's Northerly Dwarf?
That's suddenly all cousin, or what's the deal?
Yeah.
I can get you a few hours of X-rays time. Will that help you?
Oh, X-ray. You don't know how to turn on a computer. How's he gonna help?
I was gonna say you have to email it to him though, so we'll see.
No, send it via pigeon.
Send a raven.
Pigeon.
But that's gonna do it for us this week. Don't forget, use the w.gg code DrawBetter to get 10% off. Go check out the new merch over on the merch shop. You can follow us on social media if you want. I don't think anybody's on it. But Discord's always the place to be. You can find the Discord down below.
And if you're tired of playing
social media is.
If you're tired of playing some PV, go ahead and get some WoW from your Ewok. Just reach out and DM me. I have some boxes that are sealed, ready to go.
Oh,
because tokens actually is a very, very nice counter to.
Now that we're way at the end of the show and everybody's turned us off, your stores can now order the house tokens, the cool enamel house tokens.
They're cool.
They're only $7.99 a piece, and there's 16 of them, so it's expensive. What was it, 16? Yeah, 14. No, there's 14.
Or talk to your local Locacar.
Yes. So
I would
of them is $111.86.
Local car. I've got a car in my garage.
Yeah, I would DM Locacar and see if he can give you the hookup. I'm certain he can.
Yeah, his little plastic ones are sweet because they fit in your boxes, or you fit in your token holders way better.
Yeah.
And if your local store is difficult, you can always reach out to the sheep, and he can order you anything from GG you want. Let's make me some money. I'll even give you a better deal than your store probably does.
All right. So if you'd like to scalp from your local store, contact Sheep. With that being said, we will see you all.
That's right.
Next week.
Happy forging, everyone.
May the 4th